So it's so wonderful that we are connected and we are spreading our festival so big, so wide, and all over the world we are doing this kind of thing. So it's beautiful to the Sanatan Dharma, to bringing that Hinduism, which is non-violent methods. It's so nice. Rotary and Lal Gohil, as usual, every episode, at least for 1 hour, you bring so many guests that bring such an added value to us. We are extremely proud of you. And next week, don't forget, is the kitchen episode. We want to talk about kitchen and vegan and vegetarianism and how we can enjoy it, because Navratri time is where we like Jigna said, she likes sabudana khichdi, and honey makes some varas and things like that. And I think Lakshmi ji likes her poha because she's from Maharashtra land in Mumbai. So it'll be so beautiful to talk about kitchen and everything. Honey, you had a comment before we say bye.
Yes, I would love to dedicate something to all the beautiful women that we've had today, because we've had right from Sudhaji, Lakshmiji, Jignaji, Viniji, Mitaji, Lataji. We've got such wonderful women who have joined us today. And I just wanted to share something special before I wanted to, before Sudhaji goes. If you don't mind me just sharing something today, I just wanted to say quite a few of you talked about the 9 goddesses. And I just wanted to share that each one of you, for example, the first one I already went through with one of our lovely singers, Shriji. But the second one I would like to dedicate to Minaji, who's also sang today. They say, who was the second goddess? What's the second goddess form of our Durga, Ma Durga? And they said there's a Brahmacharini goddess. And people ask, who is she? Well, this goddess is of penance and devotion, and she embodies spiritual knowledge. And what does she represent? Patience, wisdom, and commitment that Meenaji always shows. The lesson that we need to learn is the value of perseverance and dedication to one's path, even in difficult times. And the color that she represents is orange, which stands for warmth, confidence, and energy. Now, the third goddess, I'd like to dedicate that to, let me say, Viniji. Viniji, I'd like to dedicate this lovely third goddess to you, which is Chandraghanta. And who is she? Well, Chandraghanta Devi has a crescent moon on her forehead and is the goddess of peace and bravery. What she represents is courage, tranquility, and a balance between strength and calmness, which is what we see in you. And the lesson to learn here is face life's challenges fearlessly, but of course with grace and serenity, which I see in you every time. And the color white is what is represented here, which symbolizes purity, peace, and calmness. I also have a goddess form, the fourth form, which is Kushmanda, a goddess. And that one I would like to dedicate to Jignaji. And here, who is she? Well, she's goddess Kushmanda, who is believed to have created the universe with her smile. What she represents is creativity, vitality, and joy, which we have seen in Jignaji because she's been enjoying her garbas and dandiyas and her colorful costumes. A lesson to learn here is, of course, let's embrace positivity and create joy in your surroundings. And the color that she represents, this goddess form represents, is red, which represents energy, passion, and love, which is beautiful. The fifth one, I'd like to dedicate this to Lakshmi ji as Skandha ji. And who is she? Well, the mother of Skandha, they say, Kartikeya ji, the god of war. She embodies maternal love and protection. And what does she represent? Motherhood, selflessness, and nurturing, which I see in Lakshmi ji all the time because she's so calm, kind, and she's always helping everybody around her. The lesson to learn here is selfless love, which can be powerful and, of course, transformative. The color that's represented here is royal blue, which symbolizes divine energy and protection, because she's always protecting the Hindu culture. She goes out there, she represents and she talks and gives speeches on our Hindu Vedic scriptures and things. So well done. The sixth one I'd like to say here Sudhaji. This one I would like to dedicate to you. Katyayni goddess. Who is she? Well, Katyayani is a fierce warrior goddess who defeated, of course, the demon Mahishasura, which is what you talked about today, right? What does she represent? Strength, courage, and of course, the destruction of evil. So the lesson to learn here is stand up against injustice and fight for what is right with strength, and of course, to resolve issues. And the color that she symbolizes is yellow, which also represents joy, positivity, and brightness, which you have been sharing with us. So I'm very, very proud of that as well. Our next one, Kalaratri, I would say this one I'm going to dedicate to Lataji. So Lataji, I know you're listening right now. And who is she? Well, Kalaratri is the the most fierce, I can't say it, fierce form of Durgaji, which represents the dark and destructive side of the goddess. Now, I'm not saying you're dark and destructive. What she represents is the destruction of fear and ignorance, because you've been through some tough things in life, but you have also overcome that through all this. So the lesson to learn is face your fears head on and eliminate negativity from your life. The color here is green, which symbolizes growth, renewal, and prosperity. This last one here, Mahagauri, I would like to dedicate to all our Brahma Kumari family members, all of them. And who is Mahagauri goddess? Well, she's a goddess of beauty and purity, and is often depicted as radiant white. What does she represent? Purity, calmness, and compassion, which is what we see with every single one of our Brahma Kumari friends and our family members and our sisters. And the lesson to learn here is strive for inner peace and purity of thought and action, which is what each and every single one of us should be doing. And the color they represent is peacock green, which symbolizes uniqueness and compassion. And if you go and meet any Brahma Kumari members, you will find they are so full of compassion, just the smile and the energy. Now, Siddhidatri, I don't have any more people on the list, so I'm going to dedicate this to myself because I'm on a spiritual path myself. And who is Siddhidatri? Well, she grants wisdom, supernatural powers to her devotees. What does she represent? Well, knowledge, fulfillment, and divine wisdom. I have all my life been on a spiritual journey and trying to share that with the world in the little way that I can. The lesson to learn here is to seek knowledge, inner fulfillment, and spiritual wisdom to achieve balance in life, work, play, family, everything. And the color purple, which symbolizes ambition, power, and devotion. So I hope you've enjoyed that. That's a little dedication to all my lovely women out there. And of course, this is my personal message to each and every single one of you, that I honor the divine Shakti in every single one of you from me.
But honey, you have not mentioned anything about us, the male sitting on the program. I think we are not Mahishasura, but we are also some power. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Rotarian love to be happy. Always tell women they are ahead of us. Tell them they are beautiful, they are clever, they are ahead of us. And that is the safest way as a man to live on the earth. Rotarian love, thank you very much. As I say, you always bring wonderful guests. Jigna, thank you. Sudha Rao, thank you in India. Raj, thank you very much. You are now healing our earth. You can connect to us anytime. Rotarian Lal Goyal will pass you to the team. It's wonderful to have you. And you can stay around as long as you like, because we are now moving into America and UK led. So thank you once again very much.
Yeah. I was going to say, Mr. Lal, everybody, all the men are blessed by Goddess Durga as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Global namaste to our wonderful fellow Rotarians for a fantastic presentation there.
So it's so beautiful. Now we are going to go to USA. And just before we go there, we got Nilanjana, who is our resident contributor. She's not in USA, she's here in UK. So it's nice to have her. Nilanjana, before we go to at least 20 minutes to Hitendra Rana, who is our resident contributor now. What have you got lined up for us for Navratri?
Global Namaste, everybody. Thank you again for having me here. For us, so I'm from West Bengal. I'm a Bengali. So this time means everything for us, and we wait for this time for the whole year. When I was little, this is the only time we used to get new clothes, and we had school holidays, and yeah, so that it was those 7 days, no studies, pandal hopping. So those are my childhood memories. But obviously, as I grew up, I got to learn more about the celebrations, about what the significances are. So today I thought it's going to be really interesting if I speak about Mahalaya. So our festivities start from Mahalaya. Mahalaya is the end of Pitri Paksh and the beginning of Devi Paksh. So basically, that's the last day of Tarpan, where we pay our respects to our ancestors. And then the Devi Paksh starts from that day. And that is a very significant day in West Bengal. It also makes it more significant because there is something called Mahishasura Mardini that so this all started in about 1930. So it started with an all India radio program, Mahishasura Mardini, a recitation from the Chandi Kavya Sanskrit, the scriptural verses. And then, so when we were little, we used to put alarm on our clocks because it used to start at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we have to listen every year. That is like a huge thing. So we used to wake up at 3 o'clock, brush and everything, and we be ready in front of one radio that we used to own as a family of 12, 13 people, because we were in a joint family, and everybody would surround around that radio, and we would listen to so it was a gentleman called Virendra Krishar Bhadra, and he made this Mahalaya iconic with his recitals, and there are some songs which are very much associated with Mahalaya, and it's something which touches every Bengali, and it's like I said, so the day Mahalaya comes, that used to be like, that's it, our books are shut. We are now starting with the celebrations and everything.
And Nilanjana, does Mahalaya start at same time as Navratri? Is that what they call Navratri?
So like, no, so Mahalaya, yeah, because that's it, because that's the end of
after the Shrad, yes.
After the Shrad and starts of Devi Paksha. So the Mahalaya.
And you mentioned that you're in a large family, so you don't need to go to the crowd. You are a crowd yourself at home.
Absolutely. I grew up with my dadi, my uncles, my aunties, my chacha, chachi, my bua, everybody in like we all and that's why it's very different nowadays, all nuclear families. But this is not how I grew up. I grew up in a very small town and surrounded by people. We didn't have technology. Thank God for that. We didn't even have a TV till I was in class, I think 12. And thank God for that as well. So we had people around us.
In Nilanjana, we resonate same. Hani is from different part of Africa. I'm from different part. Hitendra originally is from India. And we all have similar family memories, don't we? That when we were young, it used to be the temple we would go and enjoy, there would be crowd. And I think we've all got memory as to how we celebrated Navratri when we were young. And it's nice to know that from a Bengali point of view, they even for a different style, but they celebrate like that. And it's so beautiful. And I'm going to bring one of our senior host and a regular person from America, Sharon. Sharon has affinity with Indian culture. She's a classical dancer herself. With Sitara Devi, Sitara Devi was her mentor there. And Sharon, you got memory of Navratri as well, or dancing, haven't you?
Oh, of course, of course. I remember, you know, so many of you, like Dr. Dhanada always says that I'm Durga, which is really a compliment because that's my Guruji Sitara. She was the embodiment of Durga. And so at the ashram here in Crestone, I danced some Durga for them, which was really fantastic. Everybody loved it. I loved it. You know, honey, you know very well how much I love performing. So beautiful to see you, honey.
Performer. She's a really good. Sharon is an amazing performer. She's speaking in a very modest way here, but she's so amazing and a very, very stunning, spectacular performer. And she loves Indian culture, and she's such a great representative and an ambassador for Indian culture.
Honey, Sharon has got the red top on, so she was the 8th goddess.
Oh yes,
which depicts,
yes.
you know, so it's so beautiful because Honey has been granting medal to every woman who were there. She didn't see Nilanjana. So Nilanjana, you are in a purple and lilac. So the last one was purple, where Honey dedicated to herself.
Yeah.
No. I was going to say I'm a bit of everything.
Yeah, we are all bits of everything. Actually, we are all bits of everything. But
Honey, Nilanjana is bit of everything. She sings, she dances, she.
No, I don't dance. No. If I dance, that's the I can't dance for my life. But
Are you sure?
I understand dance.
Are you sure?
Nilanjana, one thing you said was very important, by the way. Nowadays, we talk a lot about mental health issues. But when you spoke about these extended families where people work together, play together, enjoy time together, that togetherness, I think, keeps things at bay, keeps things away. It helps you feel like you've got someone to go and talk to. It helps you feel like there's a belonging, you know, you belong to a family or a community. Whereas nowadays, there's a lot of loneliness and a lot of mental health issues, etc. So actually, in a way, when you bring people together, it's such a wonderful gift that you could give to individuals, to give them a community to connect with.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to share that. That was a good point that you were mentioning there.
Absolutely. Because for us, Durga Puja is related to homecoming. Everybody, whoever works outside or whatever, we all made sure the whole family came in together. Like Ma Durga came to her maternal place, so her Maika, during Durga Puja.
Yes.
And then go back after the Visarjan, back to her Sasural and to Shivji. So she only comes with her children to visit her Maika once a year. And that's why we call Durga Puja, we also term it as homecoming. And it's because it's homecoming for Ma, and it's homecoming for her children. It's homecoming for everybody.
Nilanjana, I love your description, Maika and Sasural. It just sounds like a serial. Can you imagine 10,000 years back?
I'm a very serial person. I still watch my ZTV, so please.
So it must be like that 10,000 years, and maybe Hitendra through his songs, because he has composed some Garba or something. Let's go and break into a bit of music with Hitendra Rana there. He has rocked America for a while, and then we come back and we chit-chat. How about that, Sharon?
I haven't met Hitendraji for such a long time, so I just want to say a real global namaste to you. It's going to be a pleasure to listen to your bhajans, because I know that it always inspires us, and you know, it's music to the ears every time I hear you sing. There's always soul-to-soul connection when I listen to you sing. So I'm really looking forward to what you have to share today, Hitendraji. So please, if the platform is yours, we look forward to listening to whatever you would like to present to us.
So from soul suction to soul, let's have some music, and please ensure there is no copyright rhythm or anything, please.
Global namaste from my soul to each and every soul listening and viewing this program. We are here today for the Navratri special, and we have heard so many things about Goddess Durga, or Navdurga, as we say. We have heard 9 different names of Durga. This slok that I am going to chant first before singing a very beautiful Garba in Gujarati that talks about Ma Kushmanda, who is known as the mother of creation. Okay, and it's a very beautiful Garba that I'll talk later. But this sloka is taken from Markandeya Purana. Markandeya Rushi is the one who has written Durga Saptashi, and in that he has described a lot about the importance and worshipping and protection from Mother Durga. And I have not seen any other temple than my hometown in Navsari, Gujarat. There is a Ashapuri Ma temple in which you see the statue or idol of Ashapuri Mata, Sri Ganeshji, and Markandeya Rushi. That is the only place I have seen that. So I offer this sloka to him and Ma Durga. It will depict all the 9 names of Ma Durga. Prathamam Shailputri cha Dvitiyam Brahmacharini Trutiyam Chandraghanteti Kushmandeti Chaturthakam Panchamam Skandhmateti Sthastham Katyayni cha Saptamam Kalerati Kama Gaurischa Astamam Navamam Siddhi Datri cha Navdurga Prakirtita Uktani etani namani Brahmanyeva Mahatmanam. Everyone who is connected with the Brahman or cosmos or universe, and even every soul who is enlightened, want to be enlightened, always worship Mother Durga, because she is the one who can give us enlightenment. She is the one who is running our life, who is the one who is flowing through us as a Chaitanya Shakti or Prana Shakti. So this Garba that I am going to sing is one of the Prachin Garba, very old Gujarati Garba on Ma Kushmanda. The name Kushmanda represents 3 words. Ku is small or young, like we have Kumar or Kumari. Ku is small. Ushma is warm, and Anda is egg. So small, warm egg is nothing but our earth. Okay. So how this earth was created? By the grace of Goddess Kushmanda. Dhanya tujo gani, dhanya ma bhavani, dhanya tujo gani, धन्य माँ भवानी पृथ्वी पहला तमारो वास जुग पहला प्रगति तू जोगणी धन्य माँ तू जोगणी धन्य माँ भवानी नोता सूरज माड़ी नोता तारलिया नोता देवो ना दरबार नोता सूरज मड़ी नोता चांदलिया नोता देवो ना दरबार नोता देवो ना दरबार जुग पहला प्रगति तू जोगणी धन्य माँ तू जोगणी धन्य माँ भवानी पृथ्वी पहला तमारो वास जुग पहला प्रगति तू जोगणी पांचे तत्वनु माए पूतड़ो बनाव्यो तेमा पूर्या माए प्राण पांच तत्वोनु माए पूतड़ो बनाव्यो तेमा पूर्या माए प्राण એમાં પૂર્યામાં એ પ્રાણ जुग पहला प्रगति तू जोगणी धन्य मां तू जोगणी धन्य मां भवानी पृथ्वी पहला तमारो वास जुग पहला प्रगति तू जोगणी. As we say that Ma, you are jogani. The Brahmacharini Swarup is the roop of Ma Durga, second birth, second avatar, in which she did the tapasya as a Brahmacharini Kumarika for thousands of years, and she was fasting. That's why that roop is also known as Aparna. That means she was not even eating any leaf. If you are eating the salad and lettuce and spinach, even that was not there. So that is the level of worshipping. That is the level of 9 different forms of avatar that Ma Durga has taken on the earth. And we all bow down to her, and I pray for her blessing to each and every one of us who are watching this program. I have many more things because you see, we have heard about somebody who is born with golden spoon, and that person seems to be or known as very rich person. But you have not heard about somebody who was born with the Garba in his ears. You have not heard that. I am one of them. When I was born, there were Garba going on right in front of my house, because we have a temple of Goddess Mahakali. I would request Pranavji if you can share that picture of Goddess Mahakali. And even in the Chaitra Navratri, there used to be Garba right in front of our house. So as you can see, the power of Mahakali, this is the Kalaratri avatar, 7th form of Goddess Durga. And I tell you one thing, in my childhood, whenever I leave my house, first thing I do is I bow down to Goddess Mahakali, ask her blessing and protection for me, to take care of me, and leave the house. Coming back again, bow down to her. If we get sick, we don't go to doctor first. We used to vibrate the water around her and drink it first. Whenever we have to go for test or school exams or anything, we always seek her blessing. And any form of difficulty we are facing in our life, we always make sure that Goddess Mahakali, the 7th form of Durga, is protecting us, guiding us, and taking care of our life. So that is the childhood memory. And if I was born with the Garba in my life from the beginning, of course, I will be very typical Gujarati guy. So you remember that Mehndi Te Vavi? I was singing that song, Mehndi Te Vavi. Pranavji, you can share that slide if you want. On the live program last year in our local music program that we have made here in Raleigh, North Carolina. So that song starts with very typical Gujarati Sakhi. Hey, lambo daglo mucho wakdi shire pagadi rati. Lambo daglo mucho wakdi shire pagadi rati. अरे बोल बोल तो तोली तोली छेल छबीलो गुजराती भाई तन छोटू ने मन मोटू छे तन छोटू पण मन मोटू छे खमीरवंती जाती अरे भले लागतो भोळो पण हूँ छेल छबीलो गुजराती भाई छेल छबीलो गुजराती हूँ छेल छबीलो गुजराती मेहंदी ते वावी माळवे ने एनो रंग गयो गुजरात रे मेहंदी रंग लाग्यो मेहंदी ते वावी माळवे ने एनो रंग गयो गुजरात रे मेहंदी रंग लाग्यो. So that is Navratri. That is the beauty of Gujarat, and that is the love of a Gujarati person. Every Gujarati cannot stop himself playing from Garba. As soon as he listen this kind of songs or he listen this kind of music, his feet starts dancing, and that is the power of Garba. And now, as we were listening from Niranjana ji and other speakers, Sudha ji, it has spread all over India, and Garba is one of the most uh, enjoyed and appreciated festival all over the world for 10 days and 9 nights. As we are seeing, one thing I like what Niranjana ji said, that on the last day of Bhadra or Bhadrava month, we call it is the Sarva Pitru Shraddha Tithi. That means we pray for the liberation and spiritual progress for our ancestors on that day. And generally, from what I remember in my childhood in Gujarat, we never used to keep the Garba during this time, because this was the time dedicated specially for our ancestral liberation and their spiritual progress. And as soon as the Devi's Upasana starts during the Navratri, Aso Navratri, uh, Sudapaks, then those days are used for the Garba. In today's time, because of the timing and limitation of the people's availability and most of the programs being celebrated only during the weekend, we start during the Shraddha Paks also Garba being played all over the world, especially in America. We have been inviting also Atul Purohit, Falguni Pathak, and many other Indian artists to perform. I was there in the Falguni Pathak Garba. We can share that also. I'm trying to give the picture of how Garba has evolved in the world as well as in my own life. Okay, so Pranoji, if you want to share the, you see, we go. This is celebration in Raleigh, where we are doing the Garba and we do the Aarti also. Then there is a Garba slide where Falguni Pathak's Garba is arranged, and you can see so many people are enjoying this. So this is how it has evolved. But if I have a choice, I would play Garba. And as I always do from childhood, 9 days of Navratri is a big festival for me, big time for worshipping and seeking the blessing of Goddess Durga, awakening the Kundalini and progressing from the Muladhara to Sahasrara Chakra through meditation, through worship, through chanting. And I pray that this Navratri brings the blessing in each and every one of our life. And since this is the Shraddha Paksa, I want to pray for the liberation and spiritual progress of our ancestors also. So if you want to hear more, I can sing more songs.
Yes, we've got time, and let's keep on exploring and chit-chatting to people. So it's so wonderful that we can share, wherever the Gujaratis are, look at the effect. Everywhere is like Gujarat. You go to any part of the earth, it's just like Gujarat. And now because Gujaratis are everywhere, they actually represent Hindustan. And they say that we are from India. They don't say we are from Gujarat. We are Gujaratis from India. So it's so wonderful the way they promote. It's so nice. Well, let's ask Nilanjana what she thinks. Let's ask what Sharon what she thinks, what they've got to say. We can ask Lakshmi ji. Meeta is round. Honey will have a question or two. And Sharon, what did you learn from here which is different, and what affinities do you still hold? And Nilanjana, we want your comments as well. Over to you, Sharon, first.
Well, I was thinking today that I would read you something from my book.
Very nice.
That I wrote about Durga and Kali. You brought up Kali, so I thought, oh, this would be good.
Yes.
The strong and fiery Kali and Durga teach us the true nature of power. They show us that real power is not about control, repression, and domination. It is about flexibility and clarity in the midst of chaos. It is the ability to relax in the face of danger so that we can perceive the situation and take appropriate action. These powerful goddesses are our ancestors and role models. They are mythic beings that have traveled the path before us and have transmuted the ordinary human emotions of our day-to-day experience into wisdom. Beings that have transcended the relentless grasp of the manipulative ego. Through their myths, they demonstrate how to fearlessly face the darkness from within and from without, how to walk toward the shadow, stare fear in the face, be fully present and feel the ignorance of our habitual tendencies, projections, pride, and egotism. As warriors of truth and integrity, the goddesses of strength and power inspire us to liberate ourselves from the grasp of all the voices of fear and negativity that haunt us. These fiery goddesses also motivate us to dig deep into the dark, murky substance of our emotions and experience them for what they are, merely the play of the divine Shakti energy, the subtle dance of vibration. The act of attuning oneself to the powerful and abundant flow of the divine Shakti of Kali and Durga gives you the opportunity to experience the immense power of their potent, invigorating, and cleansing light flowing within the sacred temple of your body. As you learn to awaken the sacred spiritual fire of the goddess, it blazes and fills your luminous energy body with extraordinary strength and vitality. The power of this inner fire of the divine feminine is so potent that when it is stimulated and focused correctly, it can be of tremendous assistance in your daily life. It will not only help you to melt away impurities embedded in your chakras, but also assist you in building a vibrant, energetic shield of protection around yourself.
Wow.
Wow. How very deep, how very meaningful. And, you know, we have educated people so much from so many different states. And now, Sharon, you being indigenous American, the way you bring out the affinity that you've got for not just Navratri, the memory, for dancing, classical, the what we call Sanatan attitude. It's not just dharma, which is not just religion. Now it's a way of life. We actually teach people that it's a way of life that is so beautiful. Nilanjana, what did you think what Sharon was narrating over there, Nilanjana?
I think the thing that hit me really is her understanding of like we say, Hinduism is a religion. Hinduism is not a religion. It doesn't say you have to do this, you can't do that. If you do that, then bad things will happen to you. It doesn't, it educates you to be a nice person, a good person. Doesn't mean so it's not so. And it's really good to see the understanding that Sharon has got of the goddesses, the whole you know, the whole
the whole ethos behind it and the morals and everything.
So it's
Nilanjana, she is not just knowledgeable about it. I'm not going to reveal her age now, but she looks only 50 plus VAT, but she's way above that. She is a very good dancer too. Sharon, let's see some of your hand movements, because we always love it. You know, even without music, you just go with your hand movements as well. And you know, it's so beautiful, and we bring it out. And Honey does the same, right? From little girl she was to what she is now. She loves waving her hands about. So Sharon, you first, then Honey. Okay, and then we see what happens.
Okay, so this is from my Guruji, Sitara taught me. This is Durga, and she is slaying the demons. I see them as the demons within one's own mind, the demons of ignorance, the demon, oh, you know what they are. So it goes like this. Dana digita diga dana cut the digita diga dana gigita kita tagina nagina gigita kita tagina nagina tagina nagina nagina datate tagina nagina nagina tana da tana da tana da ha tagina nagina nagina datate tagina nagina nagina tana da tana da tana da ha tagina nagina nagina datate tagina nagina nagina tana da tana da Tana, da.
Sharon, you know, when we meet in person, and if you got a sword or anything in your hand, I'm not going to mess about with you. Honey, do you think we're going to mess about with Sharon?
But
That was a Chandi roop. That was a real Chandi roop.
You can see Nilanjana, not just Chandi roop, she actually slaying not just one Mahishasura and everything, she did more of them, you know?
No, like no, so that's rightly said by Sharon that we are killing the evils
demons.
inside us, in our minds, in our hearts.
Yes.
To kill those. So, and it's symbolizing, yeah.
That's really a beautiful thing. And I know the same talent that Honey also has, my soul sister. From long time, we know each other. And I have seen her performing live on the stage also. But one thing I tell you, bringing the context of what Sharon was saying, High Priestess, is something that we know from the language in the Middle East culture. And it is the state of spirituality that what we call here and what Honey has explained, Siddhidatri Roop. Okay, so want to explain a little bit about that to connect the dots of deeper understanding of Navaratri. There are three gunas or qualities of human personality, which is tamas, rajas, and sattva. So 9 days of Navratri gives us opportunity to master those three gunas. Okay, and if you see, the third form is always with the Trinetra. That means it has mastered the tamas, so it has the third eye open on the, let's say, Chandraghanta. She has the third eye. Okay, then you go Chaturth, Pancha, and Sastha. Again, she has Skandhmata has the third eye open. Okay, so she is mastering the Rajas Gun. And last is Siddhidatri. So High Priestess is Siddhidatri. And when we are talking about divine masculine and feminine, in our human body, there are three nadis, what we call the meridians. Madhya Nadi, where all our chakras are aligned, and most of our vital activities are performed through this or managed through this Madhya Nadi. And Kundalini or life force moves through the Madhya Nadi. In the scientific term, you may know it as vagus nerve. Okay, so Sushumna. But there are people in this world who are left-sided, or they remember more of the past life. That is Chandra Nadi. And there are people who are more inclined to the future, and they always think of future. That is Surya Nadi. Their Surya Nadi is more active. Okay, so Ida is Chandra Nadi, Pingla is Surya Nadi, and Sushumna is the Madhya Nadi. When we are mastering these three nadis also and all the chakras also, we are reaching to the High Priestess level where our consciousness is so controlling and so balanced that in our Hinduism we call Santa Swarup. Santa Swarup is one who has got the Santulan, one who has got the balance of Ida and Pingla, past and future. They don't get affected by that thing. So that level where you are not affected by the material thing or duality of right and wrong, good and bad, is called Santatva. Okay, and that Santatva is achieved by the feminine energy only, with the help of feminine energy only. So when feminine takes over the masculine energy, that is the form of what we call Katyayni, where she is riding the tiger, if you notice that. What is that tiger? Tiger is the divine masculine, the ego, the people who think that I am something. But she can master the masculine energy. So in our inner power, in our personality, we have to master our divine masculine power. And then only we can reach to that pure Saraswati Roop, Mahagauri Roop. Okay. And then you can reach to Siddhidatri, where you are putting your fingers on anything and it becomes like magically gold. It becomes alchemy of love for that person. Okay. And that is the language we need to connect with the Eastern and Western philosophy and our words that we are trying to understand from what Sharon has done in her work in this book. By the way, I'm going to go and visit Sharon next month. It's going to be an interesting meeting.
We're packing our bags as well. We might as well all come as well.
Well, it's not just.
Looking forward to meeting Sharon ourselves, so from UK, I think Lakta and Meena and all of us, Meena ji and, our Lakshmi ji, will all have to pack our bags and go off.
Let's go.
These others who are going as well. Rani will be going, Danada will be going, and she's planning some more people. Activities in person have started with healing groups everywhere. So it's so beautiful. Hitendra, you mentioned tiger. So the most famous that a Garba Mataji like was Same Dungareti Utaryo Vagare Mata Ambanima. And
wow.
It was so powerful that during our memories, that was so there you are, look. And Ambaji was so powerful, Mataji was so powerful that the history says that even animals like tiger were mesmerized by her. And that Garba was so famous. The other one you sang earlier when you started and you hummed was Mendi Tevavi. Well, of course, Mendi Tevavi is for more than, I think, nearly 98 years now, and it's gone past its copyright zone now. So it's so beautiful. But we want to see some movements as well. And Nilanjana, you says you don't dance. Do you have Gujarati friends? Do you go to Raas and Garba?
I have lots of Gujarati friends, and I go and make a complete joke of myself, but I dance. But I can't dance. So
But
I
it's
look
not
very funny
exams.
when I dance, but I still dance.
And it's not examination because it's community dancing. And the leader have to teach them. I remember because I started the major Garbas in this country. I'm talking about 1975, so that's nearly 50 years back. And I started anti-clockwise. I was right, but one of the singer on the stage was lefty. He said, he announced on the microphone, Nilkumar, undha jao cho. Nilkumar, you're going the wrong way. So I went into his ear and said, it is supposed to be anti-clockwise. The earth rotates that way. Okay, and that's why it is. Until as you are lefty, you don't worry, you keep on singing. And it was the biggest place, which was grandiose. I don't think anybody alive knows over here about that. That was the world's biggest Navratri outside India, which started against the same city for the world's biggest Diwali, which was again Leicester. 10 years later, I brought that in. So it was so beautiful and so much memory we've got. We got some people over here. Lakshmi ji from Mumbai must be going. Mita, you were in India. You're originally from India. What are your childhood memories of Navratri? And what is the famous Raas or a Garba that you remember in your youth?
Yeah, global namaste and happy Navratri to everyone. Good to see some new faces. Good to see Honey, you back in.
Good to see you, Minaji. We're looking forward to you listening to your wise words.
So when we were growing up, someone else mentioned in this program, I think Hitendra ji mentioned, when you're growing up, you see that happening outside. The live band is there, and Aarti, we keep Garbo at home, which is symbol
of the Garbi.
Yeah, it is a symbol of the universe. So we keep Garbo at home. We used to do 5 Garbas, a Dhun, a Thal, and Aarti, and then only we can go out and do play the Garba like
with the community.
Perform.
Yes. And what is your favorite Raas or Garba that comes in mind?
Sorry?
What is your favorite Raas?
Favorite?
Yes.
Okay. Tu Kali ne Katyayni Rema, that is the Garba. which is favorite.
Yeah, Jogamaya.
And yeah, and the Raas was Jamuna ne Kathe Kanavasali Vagade.
Areva. Yes. Now that is very Indian at that time in that era. But yes, again it was there. So Tukari ne Kalyani ma Hitendra bhai, get about ready. Shortly you are humming that, just one line, it will be good. Let's go to Lata. Lata, you have got a lot of Gujarati friends. Do you go to Raas and Garba here in London?
No, I never did actually, because sadly I missed out on all the fun.
And you have never been?
Not really, no.
Okay, stay for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, listening to us in whatever medium you are, we have found the first human being on the earth who hasn't been to Raas and Garba. Tell us why not.
We will make sure, Lataji, that before you end today's program, you will learn 2-3 important things about Garba and Raas. Okay? So
Even
I'm going
Tal or Dotal.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to do this. I will start with the 2 tali. Okay? So there are different way of playing the Garba. 2 tali is the like this, 2 tali. 3 tali is 1, 2, 3. So different tal are being applied in the rhythm of those singing of Garba, and then you can play on those 2 tali or 3 tali. Unfortunately, there is word that we have used with the planets, retrograde of Mercury, retrograde of Jupiter. The same way, people playing the Garba also have the retrograde nowadays. So instead of 2, they are playing Dodyu, that is 1.5. Okay. So they are going.
Honey, we have got to train Lata on that with a Dotal, okay? Maybe we can have a rhythm. If I'm correct, it just goes.
So
whilst you talk about the Garba moves, etc., I just wanted to share something with you, which is really, really interesting.
Please.
Don't laugh, everybody, don't laugh. But I was probably about 13 or 15 years old here. When I went for my Garba dancing, this is my first performances, right? When I used to start getting people taking my photos for everywhere I would go. But this was my Garba outfit that I had on,
I like
beautiful, beautiful.
I like
this is
just,
this is just 10 years ago.
Love it.
Yeah, I wish, right? But meaning that I have to share this here with you guys, right?
It's nice. It's deep purple with Bhagwa and honey. You always used to love during those times. You used to love dress up, like what we call in Gujarati taburi girl. Who wants to toddle down everywhere, wherever it is. She would just get up and want to dance. You don't have to tell her. She just get up and dance. I mean, my memory of her is going back 35. Nearly 35 years, or maybe about 35 years back. So it would be very easy, and we need to get Lata getting at least doing do tal or tin tal.
Yes, like with Tendraji.
And we do the rhythm Sharon style. So maybe it is din chi 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 cha. Is that right, Hitandraji?
Yes.
That's a simple one.
Yes. So, Lata, Mitaji, I want to know which one you are asking me to sing, the Matu Karine. If you can give me
Jogamaya.
Jogmaya. Second line, what is the? Can you unmute yourself?
You can unmute yourself. You are paused. Look.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tu kali ne kalyani re ma.
Correct, Hitendra, you got it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then all the yug comes in all the yug. Pehla to yug ma jani re ma, jya jo ta yug ma. Tu Harishchandra gher patrani re ma.
Patrani re ma. Okay. So Matu Kadi ne Kalyani re ma. So Mahakali's Geet is this, Garba is this, and it is played with the 2 tali. He Matu Kadi ne Kalyani mori ma. Tya jog maya, he ma kadi ne kalyani mori ma, ज्या जो त्या जोग माया मातु चौद भुवन नी रानी मोरी माँ ज्या जो त्या जोग माया मातो काड़ी ने कल्याणी मोरी माँ ज्या जो त्या जोग माया. So that is two tali garba. And this is one of the basic garba. Most of the garbas are written in this, but there are three tali, and they are going little faster, and people enjoy, especially the young generation. They enjoy three tali garba, and I'm going to sing that after singing one beautiful sati.
Hitendraji, if you're doing the tin tali, like,
Ah.
may I teach everybody just in case if they haven't done it? You mentioned, I think Lataji hasn't been to the Garba at all, right? So I just wanted to say that we could all do this together while you sing, right?
Yes,
There's
yes,
a little
yes.
clap and a clap and a clap.
So honey, wait a moment. Push your camera slightly away from you so we get the bit of also. Then we
And
get
you can
the
take
full.
up also if you like to play.
No, she will miss the screen. Yeah, now that's better. So let's go. And this is coming just before Chalti. So go.
So okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna go a 1 and a 2 and a 3. A 1 and a 2 and a 3. So you go click, click, click. So we're going one more time together. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like.
Hey ma mahakali re, hey ma pavavadi re,
3.
hey ma mahakali re, hey ma pavavadi re. कुमकुम केरा पगले माड़ी गरबे रमुआ आओ हो माड़ी घड़ी खम्मा 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 चाचर केरा चौके माड़ी गरबे रमुआ आओ हो माड़ी घड़ी खम्मा कुमकुम केरा पगले माड़ी गरबे रमुआ आओ हो माड़ी घड़ी खम्मा खम्मा जय जय आरासुर निराणी हो जय जय आरासुर निराणी मात भवानी रे हूँ तो अर्ज करूं मन मानी रे हूँ तो अर्ज करूं जय जय आरासुर निराणी. So that is three tali garba.
We all had a chance to do some garba together, right?
It feels good, really nice. The vibrations and the vibes it creates, it's cleansing, and it, you know, the joy and the dopamine and the endorphins that release. Dance has the super.
If you were not watching, Lata nearly got the rhythm right because she brought the Kavali type hitting the thing up, honey, which you brought a bit later. Yes, they said, and Lata actually copied that.
Wow, very nice, Lataji. A little award for you for today, a Garba award.
Yes. And the nice thing was, Sharon was in rhythm, Mita got that going.
Yeah.
Lakshmi Ji brought Lavani in it.
Yes, and there are also traditional songs, you know, because I remember growing up, because what we do is at 9 days, you know, because everybody works differently, but for 9 days, my mom has the Vivo on without stopping, you know, so it's 9 days full time, you know.
Continuous,
It's a continuous 9 days. So we do that. We do arti every day, you know. So I've been doing this ever since I was a little tiny girl and growing up, and I've always been used to seeing my mom do that. So
we used to just do the fasting, you know, the 9 days of not eating meat. So we used to be meat eaters. So we vegetarians, we turned vegetarians. So I knew it's Navratri now. But my mom used to make us that. She used to, you know, sort of she used to sort of engage us in that way, and it was very nice. We used to go to, we used to do the puja at home because we didn't really have the convenience of moving around. And then we'd go to the office as well. So, our offices, we'd start a new book and bless
It's called Chopra Pujan, or the books.
fortune and the prosperity there, so that, so mom had to do all that.
You talk about the puja,
Yeah.
we do the Chopra Pujan, right?
Yeah.
So the
Chopra
Chopra Pujan, and you do a little
It is
special.
just before the Diwali day. We do.
Yeah.
Then Lakshmi Puja we do as well, isn't there?
Lakshmi Puja.
On the Dhanteras we do Lakshmi Puja, and Chaudas we do the Chopra Pujan just on the Diwali day, because the New Year's books has to be used after the Chopra Pujan only. So nowadays we have QuickBooks and all the softwares, but in the old days we used to have the books that were used for writing the accounts of the business. So that was the significance of it. One more thing that I want to bring into the evolution of the Garba to the Raas. Okay, so we were talking about 2 tali, 2 tali Garba, 3 tali, 3 tali Garba, and the word Garba is upabranch of Garba. Garba is conceiving the baby in the uterus. Okay, so Garba Dharana, we call Garba is the time, if you see a woman or the feminine energy, when it evolves from the first 4 chakra, then it becomes Panchamam Skandhmata. That is Skandhamata. Then she becomes mother. Okay, so the Garba Dharana is the Garba, or what we use the Garbi during the Navratri. It has 9 different holes and 3 layers of 9 holes, which is the Navratris, 9 different forms of Durga's worshipping, and that radiates the light with the lamp that is put inside the Garbi, and radiates the light outside in the outside world. Okay, so that is the significance of holding the Garbi with the lamp inside, which signifies the enlightenment of our life force or Kundalini, and that helps you to progress in different stages of woman's life, and one of them is becoming mother, and Skandhamata Roop of Durga is that significance. And at that time, a woman is warrior form, okay, because by that time she is mature enough. If you know, we call it Navi Dulhan Nav Divas Mate. That means the new bride is good for 9 days, but after she starts taking control in the family affair, in the chores of the house, and she take control, even the keys of the tijori or the safe, that where we keep all the ornaments, is given to this new bride who entered in the house. Okay, that is the respect we are giving. That's the respect we are saying, that you are the Durga, or you are the one who is bringing the prosperity in our life. If you notice, there is a tradition in Hindi movies, you might have seen that when a bride enters in the house, there is a kalash of rice. That akshat or rice is the significance of prosperity and having everything fulfilled. There is no shortage of food or no shortage of money, or that is the kind of things that brings the bride when enter in the house. Okay, so that is the culture that we are carrying in our Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma, and we have to keep that alive. That's why I always sing the old Prachin song or Garba, and I always try to bring this kind of knowledge for the next generation, because we are losing it, and because we are losing it, what is increasing? Surya Nadi. The Chandra Nadi is becoming weak, Surya Nadi, or the Ida is becoming weak, and Pingla is becoming stronger. And because of that, we are becoming more intellectual and less emotional. When we worship Goddess, you are strengthening the feminine energy with the emotion. And without emotion, you will go crazy. I'm telling you, more and more people with Alzheimer and all those kind of problems are coming. That kind of stress is going to happen if on a spiritual level, we don't maintain the balance. And that's why first thing it starts with is worshipping the feminine energy in the house and strengthening the feminine inside us. That is important for us, and that every male or female has to do that. We have to balance that. Now, Garba, Garbhadharana, Betari, Trantari, how come Raas came into the picture? Because Gujarat is not just the state of Goddess Mahakali in Pavagadh or Goddess Amba in Mount Abu. Gujarat is also a retirement home for the divine energies or enlightened people like Lord Krishna. Where did he settle? In Dwarika, in Gujarat. Okay, so when Sri Krishna came, he brought the Raas from Vrindavan that he used to enjoy with Radhaji and Gopiji. Raas got joined into the Gujarat's tradition, and then we incorporated the filmy songs also from 70s and 80s, since Nil Kumar started organizing all these Indian bands and Garba, bringing from India to the Europe. And these kind of things started having little bit of, how you say, entertainment with the current taste of music, dance, and all this got incorporated with the Garba. So Raas is played with the two sticks. If you notice, it is played with the two sticks, and that also signifies in some way the fighter spirit of a person, of the feminine energy. Okay, so you can talk about this again and again in long way.
Absolutely. It's very interesting what you're sharing there. But I just wanted to mention what you just said, just to add to this, remembering the 9 days of spiritual growth as well. So whilst we're having fun and joy and dressing up and enjoying the dancing and the music, it's a time for spiritual growth. And what you mentioned about the emotions, how the emotions are so important. They say, even if you want to manifest a goal or a dream or whatever, even when you're doing puja, if you just say, for example, Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya, it's not going to, there isn't much energy that you're putting into it. But as soon as you do it with bhav, which is with feeling, that words will have all the power added to it. So it magnifies. Yes. They also say your thoughts, whatever you're thinking, etc., what you're mentioning here, is like electricity going out. But when you do feelings with your heart, when you have the faith inside, it works like a magnet. So you then pull the energy to you. So you can think that I want this and I want to achieve this and I want to become a better person. But until you don't feel like becoming a better person, you're not, because then it magnets, like a magnet, you'll start achieving that. So
law
it's
of attraction.
Important what you shared there regarding looking at him on a scientific level. Yes, very nice. Very.
And Hitendra, you said that when the Dulan comes and then we start handing over the keys to the safe and the house, are you saying that we respect and we do, or we are bullied into it? Because do you know any man on the earth who can control woman and house and finance? Any man on the earth?
So there is one thing I tell you, Nil Kumar, that regardless of how controlling and masculine all men are in managing the finances and the affairs externally, they are very well managed after 5 years onwards by a female or wife. So now how much you are showing as a tiger, I don't care, but that is the way, it is the truth of the society.
So you got at least,
you're like a little cat at home.
So you're about 5 years of respite at least, is that right? After 5 years,
yeah, 5 years they entertain us, they try to.
Now that is fair. If you give 5 years, then at least men feel that it is okay. Nilanjana, you are laughing. Am I wrong in there? Because this is women power, and then we'll go for Meeta. She has got a comment.
I wanted to thank you for saying, Hitendraji, about the 9 holes in the Garba. There is another variation to that that represents the universe and the 9 planets. So also
that is exactly what it is. It is the conceiving of the universe and earth, as I was saying, Kushmanda's definition, that Goddess Durga is believed to be the mother of the universe, and she is the only feminine energy which is part of the Sadashiva or Ardhanareshwar that manifested, and that's why that Garba or the Garba is very significant to us. And this tradition has been carried on in Gujarat, and now it has spreaded all over the world. But now I want to awaken the bhav or emotion and your Ida or the left side of the meridian. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
So Lord Krishna, we know that he was like a avatar of Lord Vishnu. He was the guide and guardian for the Mahabharata that took place between Kaurava and Pandava. That means there was so much wisdom also. But the most important thing about Lord Krishna was he was a compassionate ruler or king. And that's how he got the 16,108 Rani or queens, because he compassionately saved them from Narkasur and protected them as his wife. He married with Rukshmaniji, reading her love letter that please come and take care of me. He took care of that. He fulfilled the desire of that, but he never let go his childhood first love. Okay, Radharani. Okay, so when Radharani was remembering Krishna, gopis from Vrindavan remembering Krishna, how they would remember? I am going to first pray Ma Durga with the Sakhi, and then I will sing this Raas for you, because that is the last form of Garba dance that we use nowadays, Raas. Hey, Riddhi de, Siddhi de, Ashtanav Nidhi de, Vanshma Vruddhi de, Ma Bhavani. हृदय में ज्ञान दे, चित्त में ध्यान दे, अभय वरदान दे शंभु रानी. हे दुख सब दूर कर, सुख भरपूर कर, आस संपूर्ण कर दास जानी. हे सजन से प्रीत दे, कुटुंब से हित दे, जग में जीत दे माँ भवानी रे माँ, जग में जीत दे माँ भवानी रे माँ, जग में जीत दे माँ भवानी. Krishna was remembered by gopis, and they were going around like crazy in the Vrindavan. This song is dedicated for their, how you say, striving for darshan of Krishna. Tara te namni चुंदड़ी ओढ़ी एक विजोगण भटके छे. तारा ते नामनी चुंदड़ी ओढ़ी एक विजोगण भटके छे. कोई कहे राधा, कोई कहे मीरा, कोई कहे राधा, कोई कहे मीरा, कान्हा संग नाम जोड़े छे. तारा ते नामनी चुंदड़ी ओढ़ी एक विजोगण भटके छे. तारा ते नामनी चुंदड़ी ओढ़ी एक विजोगण भटके छे. राह जोई बैठी यमुना ने कांठे, राह जोई बैठी यमुना ने कांठे, बंधाणी जाने प्रेम निगाठे. बंधाणी हूँ प्रेम निगाठे, बंधाणी हूँ प्रेम, बंधाणी हूँ प्रेम निगाठे, बैठी जमुना कांठे. हे राह जोई बैठी यमुना ने कांठे, बंधाणी जाने प्रेम निगाठे. वन रावण ना हर पत्थर पर जैने माथा पटके छे कोई कह राधा कोई कह मीरा कोई कह राधा कोई कह मीरा कान्हा संग नाम जोड़े छे तारा ते नामनी चुंदड़ी ओढ़ी एक जोगन भटके छे.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So we're coming to our, I think that was a really lovely from Tintal and Dotal and going right to telling us the whole story. I think that was amazing. As always, thank you very much for sharing your pearls of wisdom with the rest of us and with our audiences out there, and to inspire some spiritual growth as well.